Welcome to Dare to Be Great, shot live in Nassau, Bahamas at the British Colonial Hilton Hotel with your host and master motivator, Mr. Spence Finlayson.
Good evening and welcome to Dare to Be Great TV show, coming to you all the way from Nassau, Bahamas. We have a special show tonight. My guest is the great Tonic Williams, darling, Bahamian Olympian, gold medalist. We're just grateful tonight to celebrate about this great show. We are now in 20 countries in the Caribbean plus the United Kingdom. And I'm just going to share a few of them with you tonight. We're in Anguilla on channel 39. We're in Antigua and Barbuda on channel 451. And that's for my good friend down in Antigua and Barbuda, Mitchell Hill. We're in Barbados, channel 208. We're in the British Virgin Islands on channel 51. We're also in the Cayman Islands, where my good friend Roland Jackson is, on channel 58. And I want to say congratulations to the Honorable Makiva Bush, who is now the new Premier-elect of the Cayman Islands. We're also in the Nature Isle. We're in Dominica. We're on channel 9 in Dominica. We're in Grenada, the Spice Isle. We're in channel 14 in Grenada. We're in Guyana, all the way in Guyana. We're on channel 9 in Guyana. We're in Jamaica. Yes, Jamaica. We're on channel 186 in Jamaica. We're in Montserrat on channel 56. We're on the twin island of Nevis on channel 62. We're in St. Eustatius in channel 34. We're on the mainland of St. Kitts on channel 67. God has been definitely good. We're in St. Lucia on channel 31. We're in St. Martin in the Dutch Caribbean. And I want to say hello to my good friend, Senator John Hodge from the Windward Islands Bank in Phillipsburg, St. Martin. We're in St. Vincent in the Grenadines, and I say hello to Mr. George Frederick, a British American in St. Vincent in the Grenadines. We're in the Turks and Caicos on channel 98. We're in Tobago on channel 5. We're on the mainland, Trinidad, on channel 31. We're also in the United States Virgin Islands. And finally, we are in the United Kingdom on Sky 184. Mr. Emerson Brathwaite is in charge of the station down there. So I'm just grateful tonight for all of the blessings that God has given us in this great program. Angie and I, we continue to work at it. But I want you to know that this is an expensive venture. So if you've been touched by what we've been doing in these programs, you could always offer a blessing or partner with us here at Dare to Be Great TV show so we can continue this work to carry this more positive message to the entire world. We're working on arranging this program right now on the African continent. So we're working hard at it. If you feel like partnering with us, we're at the Dare to Be Great TV show, P.O. Box N1322, Nassau, Bahamas. But I want you to know tonight that you're greater than you think you are, and their lives are truly full of unlimited possibilities. You know, I came out here to do this show tonight, and I was attacked. I was coming down with a little flu. But I want you to know that the devil is a liar, because I'm ready tonight, and God's blessing continues to flow with us today. But we've come this far by faith, leaning on the Lord, just trusting in His holy word. He never failed us yet. And see, God can't lie. God promised us an abundant life. And I want you to know that there are no mistakes in this life. We're not here because of an accident. We're here because we're here in a rightful place and time. And in historical context, this world will never be the same again because you came this way and you brought something special that was not here before. We all have certain gifts from the universe. I want you to know tonight that you're greater than you think you are, and your lives are truly full of unlimited possibilities. But stay away from the negative people. Stay away from the negative chatter. They will steal your dreams and sap your energy. Whenever I see a negative person coming, I break off and running because they're going to steal my dreams and sap my energy. I don't need the dream stealers in my life. I continue to use neology. Not psychology, but neology. I start my days off on my knees, talking to my Creator, asking for guidance and directions. You see, they say the steps of a good man are ordered by the Lord. But we've come this far by faith, trusting in His holy word, and He never failed us yet. So we continue to lean on the Lord. So tonight I'm just going to say to you, continue to believe in yourself, continue to believe in that power greater than yourself, and let go and let God have His way in your life. God bless you as you live your best life now. My guest this evening on Dare to Be Great is the Bahamian Olympian, gold medalist, Tonic Williams, darling. Welcome to Dare to Be Great.
Thank you.
Good to have you here. It is truly an honor to see you here tonight on this program, Dare to Be Great. You're great yourself. The last time I saw you in person was in the Cayman Islands in 1995 when I lived down in Cayman. You were competing in the Carifta Games. Tell us about that early experience.
By that time, I'd been going to Carifta since '92. I was actually a college student, and that was to be my last Carifta. Just an awesome, awesome experience. It was really the first time that I can remember showing out in the 400 meters as an athlete, Carifta athlete. I think I got a silver medal there, and so it took that long from '92 to '95, but you know, that's...
But you persisted.
Yeah, that's the great memory for me.
You persisted, yeah, that's a good thing. Were you a standout athlete at St. John's here in Nassau?
Yeah, I would say I was a standout athlete at St. John's. I actually just went to St. John's track meet today. They're in a house meet.
Oh.
I have 3 athletes there that competed today, and you know, just brought back a lot of great memories, hard work, you know, just remembering, you know, just going out there and running 3 and 4 events and just representing my house and really where I just got started. So it brought back a lot of memories. Very, very pleased to see how my athletes were responding to the workouts and just being a part of that tradition. And so, you know, it was just awesome.
Green Giants.
Green Giants.
Well, you know, Tony, when I saw you winning the gold in Athens, it was such, I felt like I was there. And it was such a powerful experience as a Bahamian to see you do what you did. And I know just recently Barbados celebrated their first time in the jumping, and I called a few of my friends in Barbados, and they were excited about that because that hadn't happened. How was that feeling for you in Athens?
Boy, you know, people always ask me that question. What were my first thoughts when I crossed the line? And you know, for me, I always say it wasn't about the medal. It was just about the personal accomplishment. You know, I've been running since forever. It feels like 16 years total, and a lot of hard work, a lot of sacrificing, a lot of good times, and you know, to finally reach that goal. You think about all those things, and it just makes it worth it. And so it isn't about the medal, and it isn't about, you know, that tangible thing. It's really about the things that weren't so tangible anymore. And so that's the greatest thing that I can remember experiencing immediately after winning the medal. Wonderful.
Your mother obviously has been a great influence on you. I could see her now in Cayman cheering you on in 1995. Tell me about that relationship.
Yeah, I would say my mother is and has always been my greatest supporter. Just from a very early age, I can remember the sacrifices that she made.
Yes.
And track and field, maybe one of the cheapest sports ever, but it's not free. There are a lot of things that you need. There was a lot of traveling that had to be done, and like you said, I remember her traveling to every single Carifta that I attended, and she would be the mother there with all the goodies at Easter.
Right.
You know, the hot cross buns, and you know, she didn't just bring for me, she brought for the whole team. And she's just always been there, straight through college. And even as a professional athlete, I was not one of those athletes that went straight from college into my professional career.
You didn't know?
No, and so after college, it was finding ways to finance, and my mother, along with other sponsors, was right behind me. And so, you know, she's just always been, you know, carrying me throughout this.
Wonderful, wonderful. Tell me about the experience in Finland.
Oh wow, Finland. Sometimes when I reflect on Finland, I would always say Finland probably was my greatest achievement.
Even more than Athens.
Even more than Athens. As an athlete, there's so much intensity, there's so much pressure, and what I did was try to really establish myself after the Olympics, after winning my gold, after winning the jackpot. I tried to come back another year and say, hey, I am still the greatest. And that is always a difficult task.
Yes, coming back.
A lot of time you
repeating.
find repeating. a lot of time you find athletes doing the World Championship gold and then coming back to the Olympic gold. Well, here it was, I was doing it in the reverse order. And so you're standing there and every eye really in the world is on you.
Yes.
And your competitors, they want to strip it from you, and everybody wants to see if you can duplicate. And so, you know, just to pull that off, it was very, very difficult. On top of that, it rained cats and dogs.
Wow.
And, you know, it was just a difficult task, and I think that it's probably one of my most difficult races.
In Finland?
Yeah.
You're back home now, and you are, I noticed you started a camp, you're coaching, and you're developing younger athletes, which is very good. Right. Tell me a little bit about that.
I'm doing camps now. I've done 3 already. I've helped out with the COB camp that happens every Christmas for a week. Very successful. I've done a camp for myself during the month of August, right here in Nassau. Had about 35 to 40 participants. And I also did a camp in Morris Island, Abaco.
Really?
Which I would say was probably my most successful camp because of the response. That's probably going to be one of my main focus in the upcoming years. Along with that, I also have TWD Athletics Club, which
of course is Tonic Williams.
Tonic Williams' darling Athletics Club. And just passing on the Olympic legacy.
Wow,
that's what my club is for. And right now we're about 4 months into our training, and we're about 2 days away from our first competition.
Really? Mm-hmm. So you're competing against the other clubs here?
We're competing against the other clubs. We're competing against the world.
Really? Okay, wonderful, wonderful.
You know, track and field is a sport where you are competing against the world.
Yes,
it's about times on a sheet of paper that's
distances
everywhere
and so
circulated. And so we're going to do a lot of local meets. Our first meet here is the odd distance that's going to be at the Sports Center on Saturday. And then our second meet, we're going to Jamaica on the 6th, 8th. So
tell Jamaicans, get ready, huh? Tell them get ready.
Get ready for TWD Athletics.
That's right.
Yeah, so, you know, it's not about keeping them here. I think one of the main focus that I want to bring to the athletes is exposure.
Yes.
We do have a lot of athletes that have never traveled to run. Also, I have athletes that I'll be taking to the United States to do some indoor meets.
Which is always good.
Yeah, they need that exposure. We have the talent, we have the coaches, and so it's really about getting them ahead of the game when they step onto the track so that they're not intimidated in these different environments. And I think the most intimidating environment you can go to is being in an environment in Kingston, Jamaica.
Yeah, that's it. So. Now, speaking of Jamaica, the Jamaicans have a history and a legacy of success in track and field. I mean, from 1948 in London, with those athletes, what do you, I've talked to them and asked, what do they attribute to their success? What do you think it is? I mean, a boat just comes out of nowhere. Well, he's been around, but he's just finally come out of nowhere.
Like you said, I think it is a history. It's a history that they're very well aware of, just like us. Our athletes are very well aware of our Olympic history, and we see that with the talent that we now have coming out of the Bahamas.
Yes.
That's one thing. Large population, you can't deny that fact. And I just think that Jamaicans have been track and field giants, and we just have track and field giants in the Caribbean. I think it's very much part of who we are as Caribbean people, and so I think it's something that we breathe.
That's a good thing. This is a fitting note for us to take a break on this one. We'll be right back after these messages.
My fellow Bahamians, I have entered into the race for the by-election in the Elizabeth constituency because I truly believe our country needs a new leadership and new direction. My family, my wife, are all 100% behind my decision. And with God as my head and my wife by my side, I believe all things are possible. And we can do something new. It is no secret that Elizabeth has been neglected and abandoned, and the constituency desperately needs a new direction. I pledge to be a new beginning. I will fight for your interests. I will make Elizabeth a crime-free zone. I will bring together companies for job placements. Elizabeth will be a green-free zone and bring pride back to the community. I will not be a house MP, but I will be a constituency MP. I will not hide in the house like many are in favor of doing. I'm not just asking you for your vote, but I'm asking to take you to the house so that you can have a voice. Elizabeth, I get it, and I will listen to you. It is our time, Elizabeth, to take a bold stand, to make a bold statement. Let's do something new. Let's choose a new direction. Vote BBM.
Welcome back. Tonight, I'm privileged to have as my guest the great Tonic Williams Darling, the Bahamian Olympian, gold medalist. Welcome back, Tonic. Good to have you here. You know, you mentioned something that I find interesting, that you didn't get your first contract until 2003. You've been running for quite a while. A lot of people don't know that you were running. I know you were running because I saw you in Cayman, like I said, in 1995. What would you say to the young people who are coming up now, the school athletes, who want to be another Tonic Williams Darling?
Well, something that I tell my athletes all the time is that, you know, it's not instant success.
Right.
And I find a lot that they want that instant success. Over the last season, track season, they would come to my house and say, Coach, watch this on YouTube, or you saw how Debbie ran or Chris run, and that's what they see. They just see the final
They want to just
product.
get there right away.
Yeah, and they think we've gotten there right away.
They don't see the blood, sweat, and tears, the hard work, the nights of training and so forth, the sacrifices.
Right, and I think one of the biggest disappointments is that there were a lot of young athletes and adults who said to me, like, well, Tonic, I never heard about you until you won anything. Nobody really knew that I was out there from primary school,
yes,
or, you know, that I had made CRIFTA teams and CAC
and you were running hard.
And World Juniors, just
yes,
running and training very hard. And so a lot of the kids today think that, you know, it was just talent. I was just talented.
yes.
But there was a lot of hard work that goes into it, and that's one thing